So today we're going to talk about the 5 key signs of soulmate love. This is really, really, really important because sometimes it's very hard to tell what's going on in a relationship. So it's very useful to understand these signs in terms of when you're dating. Also, when you're evaluating your current relationship or your marriage, and we'll address that later in this live show. Okay, so let's say you're dating and you meet this guy and it seems awesome, it seems incredible, but there are these little red flags that you don't really like. Maybe he's not your type. He's kind of a little paunchy perhaps, or he maybe has different political views than you do, or he's too close to his mother, that kind of thing. Hey Marie, welcome. Anyway, so what do you do? He's very interesting. Let's say there's chemistry. It seems pretty special. You're not quite sure, but how do you tell? Is he perfect? Is he the one? Is he the soulmate that you really, really, really want? Well, I'll tell you, there's some bad news and some great news. The bad news is that there is no perfect partner. There's no perfect partner. Even though we see this in rom-coms, we see this in fairy tales, the prince comes, he's all perfect, he's amazing, they meet, they look at each other, they have great sex, they fall in love, right? And, oh, hi. In these fantasies, it's all perfect. In these rom-coms, it's all perfect, right? But not in real life. That's the bad news. There's no perfect partner. But the great news is that in helping tens of thousands of people, as we have in our Love Mentor coaching program, what I have discovered is that there's not only just one soulmate for you, there's actually a few. Isn't that amazing? There's actually a few, which is so cool. A lot of women come into Love Mentor coaching and they say, oh my God, I blew it. I was with this great guy. I was young. Maybe I was in my 20s. It was a fantastic. He wanted to marry me. I ran away. And that was, hey, Kristen, hi. That was my only chance. And nobody has measured up since, right? So the conclusion can be I blew it. There's only one soulmate. Well, the truth is that there's more than one soulmate for you. There definitely is, and particularly when you're evolving and you're growing, as I know all of you are, because you are interested in learning about love, which is the key. It's totally the key. I love you guys for that. So what are the signs that somebody has soulmate potential for you? What are these 5 key signs? Okay, so number 1, when you're with them, it feels like you've come home. It feels like you've come home. There's this special connection. You really feel like you're meant to be together. It's almost like you've been together forever. You feel like you're coming home. It's a very special feeling. Number 2, in your communications with each other, you have a kind of knowing. You just know what each of you is saying, and sometimes you can even finish each other's sentences because you're so on the same wavelength. It's such a gift and such a blessing. You're actually on the same wavelength. Number 3 is you have a shared mission in life. It may be a cause, it may be something you both are fighting for. It may be, being the best you can be, both of you in your careers, and building up wonderful success and an incredible family life. Or it may be, having wonderful children. So you have a shared mission. Now notice how different these points are than just hooking up with somebody, where you meet and there's crazy, crazy chemistry, you have sex, and kaput, the whole thing is gone. No, very, very different kinds of things that we're looking for. And these are the signs, these are the qualities that lead to an amazing long-term love relationship that actually gets better over time, which I can tell you about. I can really tell you about, and I will from personal experience and lots of other experience. Number 4, when you're together, the world seems like a better place, right? The world seems like a better place. It's like everything is like more beautiful, there's more possibility, and your mood is elevated, right? It may not be a super excitement, but your mood is elevated, you know? You come out of your normal kind of mind chatter, and you can be present with this person, which is such a gift. Oh my goodness, it's such a gift. You know, after a long day of work, to be able to be with somebody like that is just totally amazing and a blessing. And number 5, you can be really authentic and fully yourself with your partner. Really real. All of a sudden, you know, instead of feeling like you used to feel with other people, like, oh, should I say this? Should I do this? I don't know. He may not like this. I don't feel comfortable. I can't be real. I can't speak my truth. You have just the opposite feeling, which is you can be real. You can be who you really are. You can feel your feelings. You can say your thoughts. And it's amazing because there is that understanding and that coming together. So the thing is, you know, with these 5 soulmate signs, what you want to see is that these soulmate qualities are growing over time. They're not diminishing. They're not going away, because sometimes you can have that feeling at the beginning, but then you kind of take each other for granted and get into your rote everyday stuff, and then you're wounding stuff, you know, where you're wounded and you start withdrawing and that kind of thing, and it tends to diminish. But with a real soulmate, these qualities actually get better, and they're suffused with a chemistry. There is a chemistry. There is a sexual chemistry between you, because, you know, it's not a matter of just being buddies, right? But there's a sexual chemistry between you that is special. So that is also a key part of soulmate love. So I know what you guys are thinking now, which is, this sounds impossible. This sounds like pie in the sky. I don't know. I mean, come on, where is she coming from? Well, the truth is that the research, there's very strong research about healthy couples, very strong. And here's the good news. 10% of couples, actually in America, 10% of married couples, because I know some of you will be watching this from other countries, especially you guys on YouTube. Anyway, 10% of couples in America, and I assume it's comparable in other countries, have this kind of soulmate love. They really, really, really do. They have this kind of soulmate love. Now, what that means is that you can do it too. You know, you can do it too. Even if you have a terrible background, you've been hurt in love, you could actually go for it also. And, you know, I just want to share my own personal story. I was the 5th daughter born to actually Sicilian parents who did not want girls, did not. So when I was born, my father didn't even come to the hospital to see me. He said, another girl, I don't want to see her. So needless to say, I had the opposite of a diamond self-identity. I really felt like I was just a burden, and I was a mistake, actually, and growing up. So when I was dating, I, you know, settled for crumbs. I wanted the ones that didn't want me, you name it. I really had a hard time with dating. And, you know, luckily I had a love mentor who was like a fairy godmother to me. He was a guy, not a woman, but he was the most amazing fairy godmother. And he could see my diamond self-identity. I mean, he could see it, and he experienced it, and I then experienced it, and I was able to create this marriage that I have with my husband, Sam. And I can tell you, honest to God, it gets better over time. It really gets better over time. Now, have we had some snags? Absolutely. Nothing is perfect. We have had some snags, you know, and this gets into the second part of what I wanted to talk about. Let's say you're in a relationship and you're not having these soulmate interactions. You're not feeling like you're at home. You're not feeling like you understand each other. You're not feeling on a shared mission. And maybe you're not feeling chemistry. So, what do you do about that? Now, Sam and I also had some periods where, we let fun go to the bottom of the to-do list, and that was, of course, we just then immediately started drifting apart, right? So I'll share with you what we did, and here's something that you can do that's actually very simple, and that is have 10-minute listening sessions, 10-minute listening sessions with each other, where one gets to talk and the other one listens like a reflective therapist, as if you're like a therapist saying, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. They can't comment about anything that is said, but one person gets to talk about whatever's on their mind and the other person listens for 10 minutes. It's amazing. And then you reverse. So then the person who's talking is listening and just hearing and affirming and saying, yes, I hear you, that kind of thing. And the other one is talking. Now, when you have this kind of 10-minute listening session, it's amazing how you open up the soulmate connection. Once again, you have a feeling of being real. You have a feeling of being connected. You have a feeling of understanding each other. Very, very powerful. I used it in my relationship with Sam, and it works. It really works. We've used it with many, many other couples, many, many other couples. Also, if you're in a relationship and you're not feeling those soulmate qualities, try to have fun again. Remember, when you're dating, you're having fun. That's how you fall in love with people, when you have fun. And that's fun inside the bedroom and outside the bedroom. Dates, having dates, going inside dates and then outside dates. This can totally rekindle your soulmate connection. And if your partner balks at the idea of doing these things, you may want to have a session with one of my amazing Love Mentor coaches. You can have a free session for 40 minutes by phone or Skype. Talk about the situation. They're incredible. All you need to do is go to lovein90days.com. That's lovein90days.com. Click on the coaching tab and fill out the form. And here's the important part. Please say, when it says, where did you come from, that you came from Facebook. And I will make sure then that you get your session, because sometimes we have to turn people away. So take advantage of that if you find that there's a problem, because it is entirely possible for you to have soulmate love that's beyond your wildest dreams, even if you're not feeling it, And certainly I was not feeling it for years. And then I got love beyond my wildest dreams, which is why I do this. Honestly, that's why I do this. And I am so eager to share this with you. Absolutely. So we have lots of resources for you. We have an incredible newsletter at lovein90days.com. So definitely sign up for that newsletter. And you can take advantage of getting a free session for 40 minutes by phone or Skype with one of my coaches who, they're so awesome. I've used them myself when I need a little coaching for some projects. They're so great. And the other thing is to join me every Thursday here at 2 for more inspiration, more tips to really speed you on your way to finding the most amazing connection. And I can see it. I can see it happening for you. So if you like this video, please like it. And also please share it. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, when you're watching on YouTube, please like, and also you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Love in 90 Days. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. You're the best. I'll talk to you next Thursday at 2 Eastern.